come back again to request number 3, which is one that I'm myself not that familiar with, or I'm not sure what is the correct solution. But I'm here trying to represent some of the requests coming in from Facebook and YouTube. So that has to do with stopping down the aperture in certain situations, um, to be able to better focus. I guess that's the best way to sort of talk about it. And it depends a little bit on the lens and the situation, and if it makes sense to do so, right? So on the old systems, most of the time the lens will be fully opened when you're focusing, and only, or so when you, yeah, when you're basically focusing, and only the moment that you shoot, it will close the aperture down and then it will take the picture. But that means that you can't really preview what you're getting, so that is sort of a downside. So request number 3 is basically about how to stop down lenses and giving more control there. When we posted this one, there was already a bit of a discussion about this. If this is a good idea or is this a bad idea? So I think what Sony should do, and I think they may be already doing it, it's either work a way around it. I know this sounds silly, but looking at some of the improvements that we are seeing in the firmware, they might actually be finding other tricks to make low light focusing better. And that will be one option, so that it doesn't become that much of a problem, or maybe they can compromise a bit, or to provide with more options how the iris is closed down or not in this situation. Um, so the group has came up with several different solutions. One would be as Sony makes the aperture stay wide open except when firing. This is what Canon and Nikon are both doing. So the possible downside, of course, it will be take a little bit of time to close it up again. I also probably have to look at this. My fingers going out of the screen, sort of mapping. I will do that later. The second is that you can sort of set it yourself what it needs to do, and yeah, most of it is about control, so that people can set it up the way that they want to. It definitely, let's say, influences one of the areas where, simply because if you close down the iris, the sensor doesn't get all the information it could possibly get to do the focusing quickly, or to find objects, or to track objects. And I think that's part of the problem. So maybe they can come up with a better way to work around this problem, or to maybe even do something that Apple and Google are doing, simulate what the depth of field will look like, even though you're not really doing it. You're basically opening up your iris and just simulating what your depth of field will look like. Maybe this is a stupid idea, maybe not, I have no idea. I see that my monitor is sometimes a little bit blinking, like it might be losing a signal once in a while, so we'll see what happens of this video. So see you in the next one, and bye bye again.